The small port city of Elbląg in the north of Poland has a small but colorful tram system, where the green and yellow trams make their way on the meter gauge tracks. So let's check it out. Like many European tram systems, the first trams appeared in Elbląg in the 19th century, but instead of starting with horse-drawn trams, Elbląg implemented the more modern electric trams. The first two lines opened in November of 1895. Up until the end of the 1920s, the network kept growing, with new sections opening every few years. During the Second World War, Elbląg was severely hit, and the tram system suffered a lot as well. Eventually it was decided to rebuild the network, which resulted in a reopening of the two lines in existence. Throughout the communist era, not much happened to the tram system. Although the government at the time was closing quite a few smaller meter gauge networks, Elbląg got away. It also received new trams in 1957 and later on in 1980. Poland's entry to the EU saw the rather underfunded system getting its much needed renewal, as well as a new section, enabling Elbląg to operate 5 lines nowadays. So let's take a look at the network. This is the tram network of Elbląg. It uses a gauge of 1000 mm, better known as meter gauge. The total network spans across 16.5 kilometers and uses 600 volts DC overhead wires for powering the trams. There's one depot on the network. Let's now move on to the lines. We start off with line 1 between Ogólna and Dróżka, followed by line 2 between Marymonska and Dróżka. Line 3 Ogólna to Saperów. Line 4 between Ogólna and Dróżka, but through a different route than line 1. And finally, line 5 between Ogólna and Saperów. Line 5 also follows a different route than line 3. What I have to say is that the intervals on the network are quite strange, to be honest. Sometimes you have to wait for a tram for 40 minutes, and sometimes the next tram arrives in 10. Even on the separate lines themselves it is quite odd. Sometimes there is a gap of 40 minutes, sometimes of 50, sometimes of 20. It is just a mixed bag. This video about the tram system of Elbląg is part of an already 32 episode long series of videos of transport systems, and I would love to show you many more in the future. Therefore it would be really helpful if you like my video and subscribe to my channel. Let's now take a look at the tram fleet. The oldest type in the tram fleet of Elbląg is the Konstal 805NA, which can be seen in its original look as well as a newer look which some received by Enica, similar to Łódź. The modernized Konstals therefore are marked as 805 and Enica. The second type in the fleet is the MHC, originally built by Duwag and MAN. Elbląg received these 3-car trams as second-hand trams from Mülheim an der Ruhr in Germany. The 3 of the first batch were all modernized by Modertrans, giving them roughly the same look as the NHCs in Gdańsk. The next type in the fleet is the PESA Tramicus, which contrary to Warsaw and Łódź consists of just 3 cars. The Tramicuses here arrived in 2006 and are designated as 121N. And then we arrived to the newest type in the fleet, the Modernus Beta MF09AC, which entered service in 2020. These short, single-car trams have a low-floor middle section. So what's up with the future? According to the latest news on this tram system, we will see an impressive reconstruction effort in the upcoming period, where the city has set out a series of tenders to overall sections of the network. Also, the plans foresee a purchase of 10 new trams, with a partial low-floor accessibility. It is unclear to me what the further specifications will be, regarding capacity and length. Perhaps anyone can help out by commenting under this video. And so that's it for the tram system of Elbląg. Click over here for my video about the tram system in Gdańsk. As always, thank you very much for watching.